Hello, and welcome to Blueprint of You, the podcast that helps you become 1% better every day. I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into a topic that affects us all at some point: negative self-talk. You know that little voice in your head that says, "You'll never succeed," or "Why do you even bother?" It's that constant inner critic that can make us feel small, stuck, and unworthy. But what if we could change that voice? Imagine turning self-doubt into self-compassion and self-sabotage into self-empowerment. Today, we're going to explore how to do just that. We'll break this down into 3 key parts: how to identify negative self-talk, how to challenge it, and finally, how to reframe it into constructive, uplifting thoughts. Let's get started. Understanding the power of self-talk. Negative self-talk isn't just harmless noise. It has a real impact on our lives. Studies show that our thoughts influence our emotions, decisions, and even physical health. When we speak to ourselves negatively, we reinforce limiting beliefs, increase stress, and lower our self-esteem. But where does it come from? Often it's rooted in past experiences. Negative feedback, criticism, or trauma can shape how we see ourselves. Perfectionism. Holding ourselves to impossible standards makes us more prone to harsh self-criticism. Comparison. In a world of social media, it's easy to feel like we're falling short compared to others. Here's a question to reflect on. When did you first start being so hard on yourself? If you can pinpoint those origins, it becomes easier to separate your current thoughts from the outdated beliefs that no longer serve you. Remember, you're not alone in this. Everyone experiences negative self-talk. The key is learning how to break the cycle. Identifying negative self-talk. To change your inner dialogue, you need to first recognize when it's happening. Often, these thoughts are automatic, slipping into our minds unnoticed. Let's talk about 3 types of negative self-talk that you might recognize. 1. The inner critic constantly points out your flaws. Example, "You'll never be good enough." 2. The pessimist always assumes the worst will happen. Example, "Why even try? It'll just fail." 3. The perfectionist demands impossible standards. Example, "If it's not perfect, it's worthless." Take a moment to think. Which of these voices shows up most in your life? A helpful tool here is thought journaling. Throughout the day, jot down your thoughts, especially when you're feeling stressed or down. At the end of the day, review what you wrote. Were your thoughts kind, neutral, or critical? Becoming aware of your mental patterns is the first step to changing them. Challenging negative self-talk. Once you've identified your negative thoughts, it's time to challenge them. Think of it as a debate with your inner critic. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Often, our negative thoughts are based on assumptions, not facts. For example, "I failed the presentation, so I'm a failure." Is that true? Or did you just have one bad day? What's the evidence? Look for facts that contradict the negative thought. Maybe you stumbled in one meeting, but what about the times you've succeeded? Am I catastrophizing? Are you blowing things out of proportion? Instead of, "I'll never get this right," try, "I made a mistake and that's okay." Here's an exercise. Next time you catch yourself thinking something negative, write it down and answer these questions. You might be surprised by how flimsy those negative thoughts really are. Reframing negative thoughts. Now comes the powerful part: reframing. This is where you take a negative thought and turn it into something more constructive. Notice I didn't say positive because it's not about pretending everything is great. It's about finding a more balanced, helpful perspective. Here are a few examples. Negative thought: I'm terrible at my job. Reframe: I'm still learning and every challenge helps me grow. Negative thought: I'll never achieve my goals. Reframe: progress takes time and every small step counts. Negative thought: I always mess up. Reframe: I'm human and mistakes are part of growth. Try practicing daily affirmations like these. I am capable of handling whatever comes my way. I am worthy of love and respect. I am doing the best I can, and that's enough. You don't need to believe them fully at first. Over time, your brain will start to internalize these new messages, building long-term habits for positive self-talk. Changing your inner dialogue is a long-term process, not a quick fix. Here are some strategies to help you stay on track. Gratitude practice. Each morning or evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for. It shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right. Mindful self-compassion. When you notice negative thoughts, pause and ask, what do I need to hear right now to feel supported? Surround yourself with positivity. Spend time with people who uplift you and limit exposure to negativity, whether online or in real life. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge every step forward, no matter how small. Each one matters. Lastly, be patient with yourself. Breaking the habit of negative self-talk takes time and persistence. You'll have setbacks, but that's okay. What matters is that you keep trying. Thank you for joining me on this journey to overcome negative self-talk. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the one who observes them. By identifying, challenging, and reframing negative self-talk, you can build a kinder, more compassionate inner dialogue. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe for more episodes of Blueprint of You. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and remember, you are enough, just as you are. Thank you for listening to Blueprint of You. Take a deep breath, stay present, and I'll see you next time.